Lifecycle callbacks add logic to an existing data provider for specific resources. Before and after applying a mutation, React admin will call the lifecycle callbacks that you've defined. And that's very useful when your API is a pure REST API with zero logic. Let's see that with an example. Here I have the backend of an imaginary poster shop with products, reviews, customers, orders. These are all auto-generated based on the mock data. And for each product here, I have some reviews. Each review has a rating, and I have computed an average note here. So here we have two ratings, 5 and 3, and the average note is 4. And you can see that each product has an average note. The problem is that whenever I delete a review, for instance, here I'm going to delete the review with rating 5, leaving the only one with rating 3. Well, the product still has an average note of 4 because it's not a computed field. It's a field that is stored in the product. And usually backend APIs have some sort of synchronization mechanism that will update the product form when a review is deleted, for instance, with a trigger or something like that. But here it's a pure REST API, and sometimes it happens. So it's not possible to have this logic on the backend, which means we'll have to write it in the front end. And that's where lifecycle callbacks will help us. Let's check the application code. So it's a classic React admin application with products, customers, reviews, etc. using guesses. The product list and product show don't have anything interesting in this case. What's interesting is the data provider. So here you can see I'm using fake REST, so it's a local data provider. And what I want to do is that whenever a user deletes a review, I want the data provider to update the associated product and recompute the average note. So let's do that. I'm going to use the with lifecycle callback utility from React admin. It's already there. And the way it works is I have to wrap the existing data provider with it, and I have to pass a second argument, which is an array of callbacks. And each callback is an object with a resource, the resource it should act on. In this case, it will be reviews, and a callback, and the name of the callback will determine when the callback will run. And in this case, I want to run after delete. And after delete, I'll execute an asynchronous function that will receive the result. And it will also receive the data provider, which I'll need to update associated data. And one thing it has to do is to return the result, otherwise it will break. The lifecycle callbacks execute in the middle of a request and has to pass down what they've received. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to update the product average note. And I hope that Copilot will help me doing that. So it's actually fetching the reviews. It's actually fetching, it should fetch, all the reviews associated with the product ID of the current review. So that's correct. It's going to compute the average note, and that's correct as well. And it's going to update the product with the average note. I just have to put undefined here, and I'll have to, yes, it's average note. Well, it should work. Okay, let's check that. So let me refresh the data here. This product has 5 reviews and an average note of 3.4. I'm going to delete this one here with a rating of 1 and see if it properly updates. Oh, it doesn't, not a number. So there's something wrong here. What's wrong with my update after delete function? So I'm fetching the reviews associated with that. I'm computing the average note. Oh, I don't have a review.note. It's a review.rating. This should work. Let's try again with this data number. I'm going to delete another one, and it should. Oh, it didn't delete it actually. I'm going to delete this one, and now the product has an average note of 4, which is correct because it only has reviews of 4. Let's try another one. This one has 2.7 with 3 reviews. I'm removing the one with note 4, and the result is now 2. So it's working. I have updated here the average note on delete. It's working, but not in all cases, because as you can see here in the list of reviews, I have a checkbox that reveals a delete button, which is actually bold deleting the button, and it will not call this the function, the after delete function, because when I do this, it doesn't call the dataProvider.delete. It calls, you will see here in a minute, it calls dataProvider.delete many. So I also need to add a hook for the delete many callback, and that's for the same resource. So it shows it's a good opportunity to show how to add a second hook for the second lifecycle callback for the same resource. And I'm going to pass the code because it's actually a bit tricky, and I'm going to explain why it's a bit tricky. Just first, let me pass the code here, and I'm going also to add a temporary variable and explain what I'm doing. So here, what I'm doing is I'm not executing an after delete many, and the reason is that the result that I get from a delete many, let me show you. The result that I get from a delete many is actually not the objects that were deleted, but the IDs of the objects that were deleted. And with these IDs, it's the IDs of deleted reviews. I cannot fetch the product ID. It's too late. So I need to store the products to update before deleting. And I'm doing that in a temporary variable called products to update, which is here. Let me add the identifier here. Identifier type. So before deleting, I will fetch the reviews that should be, sorry, where am I? I will fetch the reviews that have to be deleted, and I will get all the products that are related to these reviews. There should be only one product, but in case someone calls the delete menu with reviews from different products, I'll do that. And after the delete, I use this product to update, and I iterate over each of them, and I do exactly the same I did with the before delete, the after delete hook here. So I'm fetching the reviews associated to each product, counting the average note, and updating the related product. And now I'm saving, and let's check if it works with the delete menu. So I'm refreshing here. We'll check here. It's apricot tree 2.3. It has 4 reviews, and I'm going to delete 3 of these reviews. And now apricot tree should have an average note, which is not updated here, but it's updated there. So yeah, if I refresh, the average note is correct. The time for the delete to occur. Let's try again. Here I have 4 reviews with an average note of 2. I'm going to delete this one, and this one. Should leave only one with a rating of 3. Let's check what happens when I click on delete. Here I will see the main delete, the delete many of the reviews, and then I will update the product with the right average note of 3. And so if I go back to this product, REL calls here has now an average note of 3, and that's what lifecycle callbacks do. So they're really handy. As soon as you need to put some logic that links two resources together, lifecycle callbacks is a really great place to put that logic in.